The Humble Queen. Once upon a time, in a grand and peaceful kingdom, there lived a kind and just ruler named King Edward. One afternoon, as he looked out from the tall window of his palace, something unusual caught his eye. Down on the dusty streets, he saw a girl. Her clothes were worn and patched, her feet bare, and a small cloth pouch hung from her shoulder. Her steps were heavy from a long day's work, but her eyes still sparkled with strength, and her face glowed with natural grace. Her name was Elena. Elena wasn't begging out of laziness. She spent her days working in the fields and doing household chores, but still had to ask for help in the evenings, because her father, Thomas, was gravely ill, and she needed money for his treatment. King Edward watched her with deep concern. Her resilience moved him. Turning to his trusted advisor, Lord William, the king said, "Go to her family. Offer them help. Her father must be treated immediately. And tell them, I wish to marry Elena." Within days, arrangements were made. Elena, the girl with dirt-stained feet and a golden heart, became the queen of the kingdom. On their wedding day, King Edward took her hand gently and said, "From today, you're not just a girl from the village, you are the queen of this palace." Elena was grateful. She now had silk gowns, golden jewelry, warm meals, and a dozen attendants ready to serve her. But something inside her didn't feel right. She, who had spent every day toiling and giving, now lived a life of comfort and silence. Her calloused hands missed the work. Her heart missed the purpose. One morning, she asked the king softly, "May I help with something around the palace? Perhaps in the kitchen or the garden?" King Edward chuckled and said lovingly, "But why, my queen? Queens don't do chores." Elena smiled politely, but deep down, she felt like she was losing a part of herself. Days passed, and she began eating less. One night, a kind-hearted maid named Martha approached the king and whispered, "Your Majesty, the queen hardly touches her food. She seems unhappy." Worried, King Edward stayed awake that night. He watched as Elena quietly left the royal chamber while everyone else was asleep. He followed her silently. To his astonishment, she walked down to the servants' kitchen, sat cross-legged on the stone floor, and gently began eating the simple, leftover food from the staff, not the lavish meals made for royalty. The king's heart broke a little that night. In that quiet moment, he truly understood his queen. She wasn't just noble by marriage, she was noble in soul. Grounded, humble, and proud of her roots. The next morning, King Edward stood in the royal courtyard and made a powerful announcement. From this day on, no more separate meals for kings or servants. We are one family here. And my queen shall live exactly as she chooses, for she brings honor to this palace by being herself. Elena smiled, her heart full for the first time in days. She was no longer just the queen of the palace, she had become the queen of every heart inside it. Moral of the story: true royalty isn't found in crowns or riches, but in humility, dignity, and staying true to who you are. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel.